Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Greetings. Make a wish. Yeah, Pisces Kingdom, you were quite on point. Pisces, you'll be getting synchronicities signs from the universe. Confirmations. They'll be overwhelming you as they start flowing in. Congratulations. All is not as it seems. I get a comment. Tiffany Ferguson, thank you for your 144%. Amen. The next thing in the algorithm was 144 from the stars. I like what he's got. that booming voice, when that comes in, it's got some good shit. I think it's confirmation. I think it's deemed, what would it say? Betrayal equals God's wrath. You will be redeemed. And I thought, well, we are basically getting all of our signs, synchronicities, and messages from the movies of starseeds. So if I were to take the 144%, amen, and go over to 144 from the stars, basically I just took his totem, and we're just not going to tell people what it is. Now, people may think, oh, why aren't you sharing with us? Well, because you have a lot of people getting in the fucking way, and it's ask and receive. So you can go do your own research. So 144 from the stars, I took his totem. And, when you've got a clickbait that says, betrayal equals God's wrath, you will be redeemed. Well, knowing that 888 is the Redeemer frequency. And we're looking for a sun sign that they couldn't sacrifice to the devil. So if they couldn't sacrifice the sun to the devil, and we did, we got a beautiful totem. That was a beautiful sacrificial totem. 144 from the stars had betrayal equals God's wrath. Well, we've kind of seen God's wrath a little bit all around us. Around us, not like within us, but around us. Yeah, God's judgment. Yeah, they denied your truth, and that's what it is. They denied the truth. They were given plenty of time. All that fun stuff. However, when he gave the totem, I immediately match everything to the personality. That's the easiest way to confirm what Pisces Kingdom was talking about. That people are being mad because Pisces is casting them out of his movie. And when I hear that's a Dolores Cannon teaching. And I tell people that all the time. You're the director, the producer, the writer, the casting agent, the actor, and your very own stunt man. And it's what it is. And starseeds' lives are already played out with fate anyway. The problem is when you share too much with these people, you overshare, they overtake. So we're going to be leaving them in the dark. They're in the dark already. So it's not like we're leaving them somewhere that they're not already. They're already there. They're already there. Everybody's exactly where they're supposed to be. Everyone is exactly where they're supposed to be. However, I can still tell you what I'm doing. I'm just not telling you what I'm doing, if that makes any sense. And it would be, you just take his totem and match it up to the personality types, and it did. Oh man, it matched in perfectly with his entire reading. So, congratulations for continuing the path for all of the collective. And it's what it is. You're talking about greed, jealousy, envy, sacrifice, animal, human, and or otherwise. We've had baby eating energy in the cards. When it comes to magic, you kind of got to expect that. I posted on Facebook, Aleister Crowley was known for eating baby shit, so it's just what it is. And them not liking Pisces manifestation abilities because we just don't have to eat baby shit. Just the whole ask and receive thing works out really, really well. Simple enough. So most people they won't ever even try that. They don't ask shit. They just try to receive, and that never works out in the end. But when betrayal equals God's wrath, and your betrayal will not be forgiven by the morning star. When I hear Chicago saying that, Pisces Kingdom 144 from the stars, it does. I mean, your blessings come in threes. So when you have three blessings like that, and they just keep coming, you've got Mystic 9, what a blessing she is. It's just, and it rolls on. Now, promoting some of these individuals that are in fucking the minute I hear a reader say, the moment I hear a reader say, can't nobody tell me my gifts ain't on point. That's good stuff. That's just good stuff, because that means they're not going to allow someone to come in between them and their connection with the Most High. They're not going to allow other people's discrepancies and fucking issues in life. I mean, because it's the question. That was the question that came out last night. Is like, everybody wanted to hang the morning star energy crown. They're jealous of the light. The light triggers their demons. They want to hang that on the cross, Pisces. They was willing to leave you there on the cross. Thank you for that. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the creator mode. That's the whole point, co-creating with the divine. So if you're co-creating with the divine, and then people start basically trying to redirect what was already directed, shit gets shifted. Stuff gets moved around, storms, all kinds. Man, what a beauty. I didn't see any sun today. Now, I'm not even sure how Groundhog Day works anymore. I don't believe in any of that shit. What the groundhog comes up, if it sees its shadow, then it's more shit that I don't care about. Never ask an INFJ about the weather. We don't care. We don't care about those things. I mean, we can look outside and see that things are overcasted, and we can tell that there's a bunch of people in our energy trying to overcast themselves in our divine plan. And it's scripted out pretty well. I would have to agree with 144 from the stars. It's scripted out pretty well. I mean, whatever God's judgment looks like, fuck it, in a movie, that's what it is. I mean, if you're going to see Armageddon, and you've got 3-Eye Atlas heading this way, oh, it's just what it is. Just what it is. Anyway, and I know that they didn't want the healer and Tyler to live, but it's just what it is. A little live Tyler is all it takes to just conform a little Armageddon and God's wrath for these people. That's what it is. I agree with them. They've been given plenty of time. When you've got people that their sole purpose is to take $1 to something that they can't take with them. You're talking about people that are sitting out in the middle of the ocean right now in an inner tube. They're sitting in the middle of the ocean with an inner tube, and a starseed just kind of flew by them, poop, poked a hole in their inner tube, and flew off. and all they had was $1, and it stuck that $1 in the hole. And now they're sitting out there, but their greed is so over. Oh God, if I pull the $1 out, then I'm going to sink. If I keep the $1 in, I'm still stuck in the middle of the ocean. So see, they fold it. They fold it like into a sail, and try to blow themselves in the inner tube out of the middle of the ocean. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Money is a tool. Money is a tool, but I don't think it's going to get these people out of the ocean. Simple enough. And they know that if they pull it out and they do the right thing with it, well, then they're going to sink. It's either sink or swim. And they see swimming as too much work. They see swimming as too much work. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. If I could keep flying around them like little earth angels, just flying around the people in the inner tube with the fucking $1 stuck in their hole. Simple enough. They're being an ass out in the middle of the ocean with $1 stuck in their hole. It's just what it is. God got us all it is. Angels, archangels, the center master, the divine white light. That should be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself. as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. And see, I mean, that's the thing is when I hear Pisces Kingdom say, Pisces, your intuition was on point the whole time. Well, yes, I mean, it's called INFJ seer forecasting. And if you know that that's typically very, very hard for people to understand, that's where you get that energy in the cards of Pisces. You're not supposed to be understood. People are making it their soul's mission to misunderstand you and turn your words around. Well, hell, Personality Hacker Podcast could have told them that. Thank you, Spirit. And what do they say? Even if the INFJ is right 99.9% of the time, we quit sharing our 99.9% accurate forecasting ability with people because of the shitty feedback we get. So it is. I would rather you get the shitty feedback and it just blow you back down the rabbit hole so we can flush that shit and keep it moving. Simple enough. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. However, yes, you're absolutely correct, Pisces Kingdom. The signs, the synchronicities, and the lineup for the Redeemer frequency is coming in nicely. You're absolutely correct. Spirit. And then 144 from the stars. You're absolutely correct. Betrayal equals God's wrath. Chicago told him that a year ago. Her reading was basically, your betrayal will not be forgiven by the Morning Star. Well, I mean, the Morning Star crown activation that they did the voodoo work on, trying to block intuition. It's just what it is. It's all lining up nicely. My question is, where is those crown activations? Where are those individuals that ascended up the 7 rings of fire? That says what it is. Your 7 chakras. Simple enough. And who was able to activate the other side of the brain? Now, if you're dealing with anyone that's left-handed or right-handed, they're going to be right-brained or left-brained. Typically, they use your whole brain. But I still call them half-wits because of their hands. It's what it is. Left-handed and right-handed people. That's too many words. I'm trying to save time, half-wit. So, and it is ask and receive. And I mean, now not only are these people doing half-wit shit, but now Pisces has their nose. So now you're talking about a bunch of half-wits without a nose getting in the way of God's plan, causing wrath on the planet. I mean, we're seeing it. We're seeing it. Simple enough. Simple enough. And when I hear the readers say, all of these disasters that we had were warnings, and the crown, the light, the protective energy is the eye of the storm, and Pisces, these people want to come back and get in your protective umbrella because they can't take the karma that is coming to them times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Well, if you're the eye of the storm and there's a fucking hurricane, the eye is very peaceful. The birds are, it's kind of quiet. It's kind of quiet. You know, peace would be your blessing. Peace would be your blessing. You would be in the eye of the storm. So it's kind of, you would have to figure out how to use your intuition and meander with the storm while, you know, you're just surrounded by a fucking Tasmanian devil that's just kind of, you know, blending everything together. It's just what it is. It showed 144 from the stars. He said, God will open up the sky. We'll make the earth shake. We'll move mountains, for his chosen one. And I thought, well, we're seeing that. He's not going to do it. He's doing it. It's what is happening. It's what is happening. Mother, Father, God is doing it. Doing it. Some authenticity right there, baby. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. That's what it is. And I mean, when you have that energy in the cards, that they did all of this over money. They defied the divine. They forfeited their destiny trying to swap with another's. They had been doing it for so long. They thought it was going to be easy until they got to I'm not an asshole. I'm the whole ass. The backside of the human, both sides and in front. And these people aren't human. Simple enough. The personality MBTI Scott Morgan can teach you that the INFJ consciously unconscious human, their entire point working with this light is to find their humanity. And being human is the furthest fucking thing from... I'm not a human. I'm a doctor. I'm not a human. I am a lawyer. I am not a human. I am a judge. Judge not least ye be judged. I'm not a human. I bribe people. I'm not a human. I am part of organized crime. I'm not a human. I'm a fucking addict. I'm not human. I'm the manager of Bill's Dollar Store. Your title means absolutely nothing when we are healing humanity. We're not fucking healing dupers. We're not healing lawyers. We're not healing the fucking cops. We're not healing the fucking firemen. We're healing humanity. Earth and earthlings. It has absolutely nothing to do with your title. It doesn't matter where you're at in your titled Jube. There is someone over you right now that is so fucking corrupt and crumbling. When the corruption starts to crumble, the rubble falls on your head, and you're just sitting there. Oh God, we've got to support this as long as we can. I've got to keep these I've got to keep these people's cracking rocks held up with my head until a big enough rock just comes in and just goes ahead and takes me out. Fence sitters will be shown no mercy. What do you think Straight from the Divine meant by that? Cards in the upright. Cool. Flip it around. So what is this? Well, we're in the eye of the storm. It's just what it is. If you're in the center of the blender and shit's just going up around the edges, well, now you're just a walking blender. Shit's just, kind of getting, and once it's gone, then you can rebuild. Oh. People's life purpose is upside down. That's what we have to focus on. People who don't even have a life purpose have done absolutely nothing but focus on yours. Think about that. If you're not on your purpose, you're on someone else's. And now we have hives, herds, groups, and gaggles of people that are not on their life's purpose because they're on someone else's, doing a job like a bunch of Nazis worried about our life divine purpose. Imagine that. Imagine that. That's what it is. It takes one to know one. Yeah, I mean, INFJ Adolf wasn't Jesus. He wasn't INFJ Jesus, was he? Simple and Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Moving forward. Yeah, Sacred Union. I hear they tried to come in between a Sacred Union. Okay, great. Do you see that crown sitting right there on top of that ball of light? See the ball of light? Yeah, there's a crown on top of that ball of light that goes to the higher self and the oversoul. Great. It's QHHT practitioner. I understand this Sacred Union. Did I before? No, there's so much misinformation out there. They give you the truth and they give you the bullshit. They give you the apple and the Big Mick. If you go through the drive-through for the Big Mick, you get fast food screwed. Simple enough. Simple enough. Do you see another person anywhere in there? That is all one. That is all one chosen one, chosen by the light of God. Hey, that didn't choose you to chew on. Anyway, enough said. Anyway. Moving forward, what do we need to be aware of? Yeah, willpower. I hear the devil doesn't know what to do when the light workers won't stop. Oh, God's plan won't stop. What are we going to do now? Oh, our evil deeds for money. This is what you got to keep in mind. This is the Star King Sparks. Simple enough. Pisces. They tried to dim your light. Okay, great. Where is that Pisces? Pisces. They tried to put your light out. Okay, great. So where is that Pisces? When I hear Pisces Kingdom say this. Pisces, because they could not put out your light, because they could not take you out, they wanted to join you because you're so strong. Thank you, Pisces Kingdom. Where is that Pisces? And Pisces, because you were so strong and saw the character in these individuals that wanted to take you down, put out your light, affect your finances, stop you in any way, shape, or form over money, mind you, over money. But you were too strong, Pisces. You kept to yourself, kept your head down, and came into union with the divine. And now the light of God is fighting your battles. Thank you, Pisces Kingdom. Where is that Pisces? Where is that Pisces that you're talking about? 144 from the stars. Where is that Redeemer frequency that you're talking about? I'm looking for that person. I can't work with the people that are trying to put that light out. No. They're under judgment and God's wrath. They're on the outside of the fucking blender blades. Trust that. Simple enough. That's what we need to remember. Where is this light? Where is this light that all of these people are talking about? This powerful shield of protection due to a bunch of fucking triggered demons that only care about $1, stuck out in the middle of the ocean with the only thing keeping them afloat is that dollar that they only cared about stuck in the hole I poked in their inner tube. They had a life raft. I poked a hole in that shit. They plugged it with that dollar. It's the only thing they cared about. That's what it is. Love or money? Cool. Simple enough. Simple enough. That's what it is. Now that they're Munsoned, if you've ever seen Kingpin, I went bowling yesterday. Now that they're Munsoned out in the middle of the fucking ocean on the life raft because they tried to sink the Titanic, and what they found out was, you know what, we're going to sink this Titanic, and then we're going to jump on this life raft, and then we'll get away to freedom with the money. And then they get out on the life raft. Yeah, they saw the Titanic going down, and then the buoyancy, it was an unsinkable ship. It came right the fuck back. It didn't hit an iceberg. It hit a fucking human. So now you got a bunch of humans that hit the Titanic sitting out in a life raft. Oh, wait a minute, our plan didn't go quite so well. And then an earth angel jumps off the bow of the Titanic, flies by because he sees, oh, look, we've got the money, pokes a hole in their inner tube and flies back up onto the Titanic. Now you've got them sitting in their raft, Munsoned out in the middle of the Atlantic. The fucking earth angel hole in their inner tube, and the only thing they had to plug it with was their dollar. Well, that money belongs to the Titanic. Oh, we refuse to give it back to the Titanic. We refuse to pull you out of the water. Simple enough. Simple enough. That's what it is. We gave you a fucking we gave you a lifeboat. What more the fuck do you want? Yeah, but you put a hole in it. Yeah, well, you took the money. You took the money and run. We poked a hole in that shit. Now we're back on the Titanic. The Starseed cruise liner. That's what it is. What do we need to explore? There is nothing that can be said to heal any of this. There is none. There's no excuse. Large groups of people came together trying to defy God when earth angels were following fate. Okay. They don't believe in fate. Well, we proved them wrong. Where's their light? Are their demons triggered? Simple enough. What is supporting this past energy of a sacred union? Yeah, their upside down vision. Simple enough. Simple enough. When I hear a reader say these people spent vast wealth trying to stop an energy healer, a master, whatever, from ascending and becoming enlightened, coming into divine union with the light. Okay, let's take a step back. So if the light triggers their demons and they're trying to stop a master from coming into divine union with the light, but the light triggers their demons, then the little fucking demons went and spent vast amounts of wealth trying to stop something that already happened. Their fucking thinking's broken. How can you possibly stop a divine union with the light if the divine union with the light that triggers their demons is what's going on? They're fucking stupid. Nature's wisdom. Holy shit. Simple enough. You gotta think about that. When I hear a reader say that, fucking this cannot be fucking imitation processed cheese when you hear this. When a reader says these people tried to stop an individual from coming into union with the light because the divine light exposes what they've been doing in the dark, and they spent vast amounts of money trying to stop that individual, paying for spell work, paying for voodoo, paying for this, whatever these readers are talking about all this money that they paid trying to keep two people together. The twin flame journeys within. Shut the fuck up. A divine union is a union between the masculine and the feminine parts of your brain. They were trying to stop something that had already happened. And the information, so you can Google it. You can Google it. Simple enough. Simple enough. Now, can great people come together and accomplish amazing things? Absolutely. If they're a vibrational match. Do we have that? Hell no. I left you all behind. That's what it is. You incarnate. The light triggers the demons. Okay, great. So if your light is triggering demons, you ascend out of hell sooner or later. You're going to find somebody on the path that's not vibrating at the frequency of hell under divine judgment. Look at that creative spark. That is a union with the creator consciousness, the light of creation itself. It triggers demons. Coming into union, coming into divine union through ascension is ascending up the chakra system until your crown unites with the divine light through frequency. Where do you see a fucking twin flame, a twin ray, another person? They're consistently keeping you looking outside of yourself so you don't bring your fucking brains into union. They'd rather watch you fuck your brains out than bring them into union with the light. Rainbow body. Bingo. Simple enough. And it's the Hopi prophecy. Simple enough. Simple enough. Pisces, you're exposing secrets that these people don't want others to know because they're scoundrels, scammers, and con artists. Okay, great. So what truth is that, Pisces? What truth is that? What truth is that? They keep you dumbed down and in states of fear so that you can't come into union with God for God to fight your battles. Okay, great. So where's that, Pisces? I want to challenge that, Pisces. I'm not going to challenge a bunch of fucking godless people in a nation under judgment. Simple enough. Namaste.